about the United States and its place in the world. So all of a sudden, what happens in Brazil, which has massive reserves of freshwater, farmland, and energy, would be way more important than what happens in Saudi Arabia. And that's not a bad thing, because we have a lot in common with Brazil. It's a Christian country with a Romance language in our hemisphere, right there, directly beneath us. It's a country almost the size of the continental United States. It's a huge country. It's a beautiful country, by the way. And Saudi Arabia is on the other side of the world. So why wouldn't you spend a lot more time thinking about what happens in Brazil, trying to improve Brazil, make it more stable, make it more pro-American, not roll in and steal its oil, its resources, but bring it into your sphere of influence? Well, you know, a country that was thinking clearly would do that and would have been doing that for like the past 200 years. And not just in a Marshall Monroe Doctrine way, we're not going to tolerate this, tolerate that, but actually try to integrate your economies a little bit more. Again, have positive influence, some sway over Brazil. And then you think, well, if Brazil's important, what about Canada and Mexico, which are literally on our borders, which are huge energy producers? Canada has far more oil than the United States, far more fresh water than the United States. Canada is the fourth biggest oil reserves in the world. How much do Americans know about Canada? Well, Canada happens to be falling apart as a nation, completely falling apart. It's in a state of domestic chaos. It's become a police state under the influence of China. Canada, the country with which we share the longest border. Our most critical ally on the globe is Canada, the country we ignore. How many Americans know what its capital is or how to pronounce it? Probably under half. Canada is the single most important relationship that we have. It has always been our largest trading partner. But going forward, as American influence recedes to our hemisphere, what happens in Canada matters more than anything else. Maybe we should think about that. Maybe we should try to exert some influence on Canada, not necessarily by force, though by force if necessary. You could certainly make a regime change argument about Canada. Talk about a country that's oppressing its own citizens, killed almost 100,000 of them through its state-sponsored killing program, MAIDS. You could make a human rights case to invade Canada, not that we should. But if ever there was a people that needed liberation from a government that hates them, it's the Canadians, of course. But you could make a case based on self-interest and regional interest, even on decency, to have a lot more positive influence on the internal affairs of Canada than we currently do. Canada's not a sovereign country. It never has been, ever. It's part of the British Commonwealth. Now it's some sort of colony of India and China. It's never been sovereign. And there's no reason that it should be. It should be decent and well run for the benefit of its own citizens.